I will make it because I don't think we have a lot in common and I wouldn't know what to talk about. So this is what I said to someone who invited me to dinner out loud to his face. Yeah. It was not a romantic dinner. It was not a business dinner either. It was just a let's catch up dinner. And you know what? It felt amazing saying no to that. Like, why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we say yes to the coffee dates with a friend who just wouldn't stop talking about their kids and only their kids when I am a proud, childless cat lady by choice? You know exactly who I'm talking about. With those people, you're always counting down on time and thinking, when are they going to leave? Girl, I'm done. I don't want to catch up and I know you don't want either. And that's fine. It's totally fine. Hi, I'm Charlotte. I talk about reclaiming your energy and rewriting the rules of midlife and saying yes only to what matters because life's too short for fake smiles and fake catch-ups. So grab your tea and let's get into it. Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about the insane text that I got that made me say, no, never again. And the second is why these catch-ups are actually hurting us. What's the true cost? I did the math. The third is this 10-second trick that helps you say no without feeling like garbage. The fourth is why disappointing people actually may be good for you, may be the best thing that you do. And when you see the true energy cost of these so-called catch-ups, you might want to cancel a few plans mid-watch yourself. Okay, so that dinner situation was like my coming out party as a boundary setting queen. But let me tell you exactly the moment I knew I'm done with this shit. So I'm visiting Taiwan, right? And every time I visit Taiwan, I have pretty limited time. Naturally, I want to spend it as much as possible with my family. So this one time I was there, I didn't call anyone, I didn't announce it. This woman who I went to elementary school with ran into my mother on the street after I had already left. She learned from my mom that I was in Taiwan. She got furious and sent me a text saying, how could you do this to me? How could you not contact me? Excuse me? Do this to her? Like I committed a crime for not setting up a catch up with someone who I hadn't talked to since we were 12. And I'm sitting there thinking, wait, am I supposed to provide little updates about my every move to everyone I ever met? Should I start a newsletter called Charlotte's Travel Updates for people who she knew 30 years ago? This is when I realized, oh my God, people actually believe that they are entitled to a piece of my time. Like you owe them updates and coffee dates just because you sat next to each other when you were in first grade. Nope, done. But wait until you hear what the true energy cost of these little obligations we say yes to but don't want to. Here comes the energy math. Nobody has explained this energy math like this before, but even as the only Asian who's bad at math, I could tell something was not adding up. I kept pouring out my energy and I didn't have enough for myself. Here's the true cost of one catch-up coffee. That's at least 2 hours of your time, including travels. And perhaps 2 days of recovery if you're an introvert, 500 fake smiles, and maybe 17 times checking for exit routes. In perimenopause, girl, multiply that by 100. I'm already waking up at 5 a.m. drenched in sweat, having a brain fog, and you want me to use my only functional lucid hours sitting there listening to you yapping about your cousin's wedding or your kid's first play? No. Here's what I realized. I was acting like I was still in my 20s, having unlimited energy, that I could bounce from brunch to drinks to dinner to party all night long. But at this age, with these hormones, no. I need to treat my energy like it's gold, because it is. You know what I'd rather do with these 2 hours? Literally anything else. I would watch my plants grow. I would watch my cats taking a nap. Well, 2-hour nap sounds amazing. I would literally clean my own toilet and brush my own bathtub because at least in the end, I have something to show for. Before I figured this out though, every weekend was full of obligations that I didn't necessarily want to say yes to. Sunday scaries hit hard because I was not rested. I needed another weekend just for the weekend. Now the weekends are mine. My time, my choice. I spend time with people who I actually care about and I talk to people who I really want to talk to. So if you have been hanging out with me regularly in the past few years, don't worry. This video is not about you. I love you. I choose you. And when I say yes, it's a real yes. But here's the thing that really got me. Can we just admit that we're all lying, like constantly? Yes, I would love to grab coffee. No, you wouldn't. So good seeing you. No, it wasn't. We should do this more often. Oh God, please no. And I had this ding light bulb moment when I heard Jeffrey Fisher say, a boundary is telling the truth to people about how you actually want to be treated. Simple. Mic drop. I was like, wait, so every time I say yes, I'm lying? Yeah. And you know what's crazy? We're so worried about being rude, but isn't that ruder to just sit there, not being present, pretending to care? The research literally shows saying no activates the same brain region as if you were experiencing physical pain. And that's why saying no, it's so difficult. Because it's painful. But you know what else causes pain? Sitting through another story when someone wouldn't stop talking about their renovation project and the new door color when you could be sitting at home in your pajamas. And in midlife, when your body is already betraying you, the last thing you need is for you to be betraying yourself too. But okay. Here's where people get it wrong about boundaries. People think having boundaries means you're cold and you're mean, like you hate people. But no, I love people. I love my people, but I'm not community property. I used to be like free Wi-Fi. Anyone can connect, no password needed. And you know what happens to free Wi-Fi? It gets super slow because everyone gets on it to stream YouTube, to stream Netflix. Now I'm password protected and you better have the code because I'm not going to hand it out to just anyone anymore. When you're dealing with menopause, when you have actual shit to deal with, when you're exhausted, you can't be out there entertaining your hairdresser's little sister's best friend because she's in town. But here's the beautiful thing. When you stop saying yes to things you don't want to people you don't want to say yes to, you would actually have energy to show up for yourself, to do the things you want to do, to see the people you want to spend time with. Like actually be present instead of faking a smile and checking your watch. So how do you say no without sounding like a total bitch? Okay, so this changed my life. Jefferson Fisher taught me this and it's genius. It's simple. Start with no and follow with kindness. Start with clarity and follow with warmth. Like this. I can't make it, but thank you so much for thinking of me. That's it. No explanation needed. Mic drop. We always do it backwards because we want to be nice to people. So we start with the pleasantries. Oh, that's so sweet of you. I would love to, but I can't make it. And you're basically leaving the door right open for others to guilt trip you because they'll be like, why can't you make it? So in the end, you're exhausted and they're frustrated and they're confused. Jefferson's formula is simple. Clarity first and then warmth. No fake excuses. No dead grandmas needed. Just truth. I just heard another tip from my best friend's husband. Well, I heard it through my best friend. And she said that when you have someone calling you who you know would go on and on and on about unimportant topics, set the time limit first. So answer the call and say, hey, I have a meeting in 10 minutes or I need to go pick up my kids. I got something to do in 10 minutes or 5 minutes, however long you want to be on the call for. So you limit your damage. You know what's funny? People actually respect it. When you say no, half of the time people are like, oh, fine, that's cool because they don't want to catch up either. It's like we're all trapped in this pointless prison together. Here's what happened when I started saying no. Of course, some people got mad. That woman from elementary school, probably still waiting for my apology YouTube video with real tears. But then real friends emerged. Those are the friends who are like, oh, cool, girl, take your time. Just let us know when you're ready. And I discovered something. I'm not just an introvert. I'm a happy introvert. I like my own company. I like quiet evenings. I love canceled plans. And can we just normalize being excited about canceled plans? Those moments are the best. The plot twist, when you disappoint those people who expect an automatic yes from you, you actually find out who likes you for who you are, not just for your availability like free Wi-Fi. And you would actually have the energy to show up for the people you love, for the things you want to do. And that, my friend, is gold. Look, here's my new philosophy. If the thought of hanging out with you does not excite me, does not make me feel good, does not make me feel like I would feel better when I leave, we're not hanging out, period. Mark Manson says, if it's not a fuck yes, then it's a no. And at this age, with limited energy and even less patience, that is my new Bible verse. And hallelujah. I don't want to catch up just to catch up anymore. But if we have real shit to talk about, and if we're going to laugh so hard that we start crying, if I'm going to leave feeling better than I arrived, oh yeah, let's hang. So tell me, what is your worst, I don't want to do it, but I feel like I have to do it situations? Drop them in the comments. Let's bond over the mutual desire to stay at home. And share this with your friend who's drowning in coffee dates she doesn't want to go to. Save her. Be her hero. Because saying no doesn't mean you're mean. It just means you're honest. And honestly, that's enough. See you in the next video.